If I was Karen Bass right now, aside from like just a good PR move, I would immediately say we are going to do everything. We're going to get rid of the ULA tax. You know what that is? ULA tax is anything over $5 million that you pay percentage towards homelessness. Well, these people that have lost their homes that want to sell their properties and move on with their lives, they should get rid of that tax because that tax was implemented a few years ago. Nobody likes that tax, but at least for those people. And then the people that need to rebuild, they should get to the top of the line, like in terms of permitting. Like if somebody's building their house in LA and basically somebody who lost their house at the fire, I think that their permits should go to the top of the stack and deal with that first because they literally don't have a home versus somebody who's remodeling their house.
This is real. Are you talking to anybody, or have people banded together to get this message up to her?
Talk is cheap. People say things, but it doesn't mean it's going to happen. I'm just giving you my opinion.
Yeah, action's everything.
I can't really make anything. I can't do anything about it, but maybe somebody can.
What happens to the listings that you already have that were in the Palisades that weren't sold and those houses are gone? How does that work?
Well, that are burnt down or what?
The houses that are burnt down.
There's nothing to sell. Rip up the contract. I mean, there's nothing to sell. But there are some houses that are standing, and those are that were on the market, and those people are actually want to sell. The problem is that nobody wants to. Who wants to buy the house when you're like one or two houses in the neighborhood, and the rest of the neighborhood looks like Mars?
Yeah.
So that's a problem. That's the issue. I wonder what happens. You know, I don't think insurance companies pay you for the decrease in value of your home if there's no destruction. You know what I mean? Like, say you're the only house on the street and you're in a barren field, your house just went down in value. I don't think insurance companies cover that because there was no loss per se, but there's certainly a loss to the value of the house.
And the people that lost their houses, they still have to pay their mortgages, right?
Correct. And so what happens if they were to sell the lots off, the mortgage would be paid off first, and then whatever the insurance company pays for like the structure, that would then go to pay you off. But the insurance company, but the lender has to be paid off first because they're technically the owner. Like nobody really, unless you own your house in cash, you're not really the owner. The lender owns the house.
Totally. And most people carry mortgages.
Yeah.
Even if you're super rich for a bunch of different reasons.
Especially when interest rates were like at 2%.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Exactly.
What makes a good real estate agent today?
What makes
a good real estate agent today?
Somebody who's knowledgeable of the market, who knows what they're talking about. There's a lot of people that are agents. That doesn't mean that they're good. I mean, there's so many people I know like are licensed and they're like, they have no idea what they're talking about. So that's kind of the tricky thing when you're hiring a real estate agent. You really have to weed through and get somebody who knows what they're doing. And it's hard because a lot of people are good actors and they can act like they know what they're talking about. But I would say there's half of the agents are good and half of them are bad.
What makes a bad one?
I don't know, like you're a real estate agent that like is married to a wealthy guy and she's just doing this as a side hustle to buy handbags, you know? Like this is her side gig. Like I don't think somebody should do this as their side gig. It's a job.
That's a real job.
Yeah.